What's up, guys? It is Will here back again with another amazing co-host. This is Mr. Cam of Cam's Collection, not the Yu-Gi-Oh collector. This is the actual Hot Toys Marvel collector, not Star Wars though. But Cam, bro, I've been excited to get you on here, man. I'm sorry it's taken so long, especially considering you went to college like literally right near me. So
yeah, right on the street.
Dude, I know. And after tonight you get some nice wings. That's gonna be exciting.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, bro. But how you doing, man? Happy to have you on here.
Good, man. Yeah, I appreciate you reaching out and pulling me on the show, man. I've been looking forward to jumping on here for a while. So I'm finally glad we found some time where we could get together for sure.
Yeah, bro, absolutely, man. And like seriously, I'm not gonna pressure you as much with the Star Wars tonight as much as some of the other guys. They're gonna be like, come on, Chrome Trooper, Death Trooper, everything. I'm just gonna be like, all right, we're gonna talk some Marvel tonight, by the way, guys.
I got a message this morning and was like, did you buy the Clone Trooper? I'm like, no, I didn't. I didn't get it, guys. Come on.
They're determined to get you, bro. It's
nonstop.
Like, yeah.
Nonstop.
You're playing hard to get. They're gonna keep trying. So
I am that girl.
Yeah, dude, let's address the chat real quick, Cam, and then we'll jump into our topics because, guys, we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about tonight. Not really any release stuff because there's been no releases lately. So not this week anyway. And other ones we've already talked about those releases. So Jazzy in the house. Yo, glad I can catch the stream. I'm off today. Let's go, Jazzy. What's up, bro? Gilbert Armazen. What's up, everyone? Good to see you, Gilbert. Figurastic Park. Hey, everyone. Figurastic Park. Your username makes me think of the new Jurassic Park film, which is not getting good reviews right now.
Yeah.
It's supposedly the worst one, but I guess
I'm probably still gonna watch it. Probably. Are you?
Yeah, I probably will too.
I'm gonna give it a chance.
Our girlfriend said she wanted to see it, so we'll probably still go see it. We still haven't seen Top Gun though. We were supposed to go last night and didn't, so we got to go.
Yeah,
I heard it's good. Emmanuel, so good to see you, man. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Bob Dylan said, "Get this show on the road." Yeah, I know. We were like a couple minutes behind. We were going over the topics. Riley said, "Love watching some lights, camera, collect before work. Let's go." What's up, Cam? Dude,
yo, Riley
himself. The Foxification on Friday. Booyah. Yeah, JC. There you go, bro. There you go. Jeffrey said, hey, Will and everyone, happy to join the stream for the first time live. Dude, thanks so much, Jeffrey. First time live. Dude, awesome. Shelf Scenes. Hi, all. Hello, Shelf Scenes. DT Art Man. What's up? Cam, JC, you got a fan, Cam.
My guy. Let's go. It's like...
Collector Joey, what's up, guys? What's up, Joey? Community Arcade, hello, friends. Ebu in the house. Ebu said, happy Friday. How's it going, everyone? Oh, awesome. Emmanuel Paredes, the dynamic duo. Let's go. Eastern Shore College boys. That's what we do.
Let's go.
AJ Agarusa, hello, friends. Happy Friday, Paul, as well. Carlos again, look like a bright
that's what I'm saying. I'm looking bright. I feel like I'm going to turn a light off in a second. Like, I want to turn a light off.
Bro, you're angelic. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm like... I'm shinier than a clone trooper right now.
You are. Primetime reviews. Yo, what's up, Primetime reviews? A storm is coming. Cam's lights looking washed out. I mean, maybe he's a little bright, but he's just angelic. I don't know. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But Cam, if you have to lower a light, it's no problem.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fine with it.
I'm lowering it, bro.
Finally able to catch the stream live thanks to Hawaiian Holiday. Dude, you live in Hawaii, Jan? Michael Jameer? That's dude. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, so that's pretty cool. You got to let me know how it is. Leighton Richard said, what's up, everyone? Brian Hepburn said, hey, everyone. Doc Smizzle said, lights, camera, collect, y'all. Doc Smizzle in the house, Mr. Moderator. Dude, Doc, I've been watching your videos and unboxings, dude. Dude, hilarious. Seriously. Uncommon Flex. Yo, nice duo here. Thanks so much, Uncommon Flex. Calvin Williams said, what's up, fellas? Not much. Thanks so much for joining, Calvin. All right. Cam, we got some shit to talk about, bro. And the first thing I want to talk about, we all, as collectors, we like to window shop, right? We like to look on Sideshow or any other site, that has good things that we're looking at. I always like buying from Alter Ego Comics. They're pretty good. There are a lot of good shops out there that have good deals. But there are a lot of things in stock right now that are hitting the shelves, so to speak, and that I really want to look at with you, Cam, tonight, because I want to see if there's anything that we're going to find here that, and I might be able to switch this. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to move us just like, there we go. If there's anything, Cam, that's in stock here, that like either you have that you recommend to people or that you're kind of looking at as something that you want to get. I can start though. I just got the Batman DX19 in.
Okay.
Are you planning on getting this one, Cam?
I don't know. So like I'm like strictly Marvel, but I did, I ordered that In Heart Joker. So it's like,
did you?
Yeah, so now I'm like,
Okay.
I'm already dabbling out of the circle. So I'm like, what's next?
Get the 2-pack, the rooted one?
Yeah, I got the rooted 2-pack.
Hell yeah, bro.
That felt like the only way to go.
To be honest with you.
On, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm growing up. So yeah, I ended up getting that, but now I'm like trying to figure out like, dang, I might as well get like DX19 and because I'm semi like a completionist too. So it's like you can't just have one without the other,
Yeah. I get what you mean, bro. I mean, I was originally planning on that, but this DX19 just kind of blew me away.
Yeah.
I will say, Cam, that it is really nice, and I'm getting the tumbler too. So I feel like
Okay.
it's a really nice figure. The cape isn't wired though. That kind of sucks because you can't really do too much dynamic with it. But it is kind of flowy and nice, and the armor looks cool. And you have a lot of swap out options. He comes with like a gun of sorts, where you can shoot and fly on things and that kind of stuff. But it's a really nice figure and it looks good. The head sculpt isn't like perfect, but it's, I guess, good enough. It's satisfactory. And most people are going to use the cow version. I mean, let's be real. So
yeah, of course,
but it's a really nice suit. I mean, is this something you think I mean, it's going to sit in stock for a while, so it might be discounted at some point. Are you kind of waiting for that, or are you just thinking about it?
I would probably wait for a discount if I did end up getting it. It's an amazing piece, honestly, and I'm not sure if I don't want to say that, but I'm not sure if we'll probably see it again once it sells out. I'm not sure if they're gonna, do another release. I'm not sure how many times they figure they're gonna do reissues. So that's kind of the hard part to figure out. It's like you wait too long and then you messed up. It's just like that Mark 47, man.
Oh,
I know a lot of people that reissue when they grabbed it, because I ended up getting it on the reissue because I wasn't collecting when the first version came out. So I ended up copping that, and then I think now it's like on waitlist, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the Mark 47 and the Mark 5 is
Yeah.
about to hit now, and that could, another reissue.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that one,
dude,
for sure.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that. But
Yeah,
I will say, Cam, this is a really nice figure. So if you're considering it, it's a good option. But I mean, yeah, dude, if anything's likely to get a reissue, it's Batman. I mean, it's Dark Knight.
Oh yeah,
because they reissue like every Batman ever. Like they're doing the Batman Begins version again. They're doing DX19. They're doing the quarter scale Batman. So they're definitely going to do as many Dark Knight Batmans as they can. But Cam, is there anything else on this list? I mean, I know you probably got the Battle Damage 85, right?
No, I don't.
Bro, you don't got? Are you?
I don't. Well, I don't. I was kind of like waiting for a bit, but like,
okay.
I'm starting to see like it's starting to fly off the shelf too. Like slowly but surely. I think on T-Dub, it's actually like, I think it's on the last chance page.
Really?
Right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. So, I can't wait much longer, to be honest with you. But I had some other figures that I thought was priority for me in my collection, so I really want to get that 5 before anything, honestly. Because
dude,
yeah, that 5 is like it's crucial. Seriously, it's like somebody, Doc Smizzle says it's going to be here on Friday.
Ooh,
that's Tuesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday. That's dope.
Yeah, Doc Smizzle, there he is.
Yeah,
Mark 5
that's
is here
crazy.
Tuesday. Can't wait to pair it with. Yeah, I got mine. I think from Comic Concepts, and he told me he doesn't know when they're coming in. So, dude, I'm excited for the Mark 5. It's funny, Cam. I was kind of going back and forth on it. Like I'd seen some reviews, and I was like, I don't know. Like I saw just a couple of things here and there, but then I watched another one, and I was like, okay, I think I'm back in because I have it pre-ordered. And I was like, yeah, the Mark 5, I think. But dude, Cam, this Battle Damage 85, bro, I don't mean to sell you too hard. I think it's like I mean, if you're a big Marvel fan, unless you just don't like Iron Man,
No, I do. I love Iron Man.
Yeah.
So it's like it's even harder for me not to get it because the fact that it's like it's the last suit we ever saw him wear too, in the last state that it was ever in as well. So I mean, even my wife was like, "Oh, you got to get that one." But it's just like, all right, when am I going to get it?
I don't mean to be hyperbolic, Cam. I think it's a masterpiece of a figure. Like I legitimately put it right there, top shelf, center stage. It's really that good. I promise you. Like I took it out of the box and I was like, this thing is, I think, one of the best hot toys I've ever seen personally. I legitimately, and I'm not the biggest Iron Man guy. Like I like Iron Man a lot. It's one of my favorites, but he's not like Loki to me. Right. So
right.
I think this figure, like no one's really going to use the helmet. This is the one Iron Man where you're just not probably going to use the helmet. The sculpt is really, really good.
Did you get the first version sculpt or the revised version?
So that was the regular 85.
Okay.
Yeah, because the regular 85, they did that. I'm glad I didn't get the regular 85 with the first head sculpt, because the Tony Stank one, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah,
I did not like that. This one came out perfect. I think they really took their time with this one to not have that happen, because this sculpt is really, really good. I mean, Carlos even dropped a super chat. Thanks so much, Carlos. Can't be a Marvel guy if you don't have Battle Damage Mark 85.
Well,
it's
let me get
like
on the internet and buy it. Let me go buy it right now. So no.
Dude, just think about it. Don't feel peer pressured, but it's seriously, I think when you get it, you're gonna be like, this figure is absolutely insane.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of figures on here that I think are really, really good. I think one that kind of goes under the radar that many people don't go for, because sometimes the price is the Iron Patriot, bro.
Oh yeah, let's see if I can find that.
That thing is like, It's a massive figure, and the detail on it is just it's incredible. I think.
So you have that one already?
No, I don't. But
Oh, okay.
I'm on the fence about it too.
I
So
might
I'm
be able
like,
just
man,
to search for
yeah,
it.
you should be able to pull it just.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So you're on free shipping.
They're trying to entice me. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, he's gonna check this out
Cam,
today.
didn't you think it was going to be bigger though? Like, I guess I just never
I
looked at the sizing of it.
Yeah, I did think it was going to be a lot larger than what it is, as far as scaled compared to the other ones as well, because it looks massive in this photo.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, but like when you put it next to, I think 1 through 4, it's kind of not that much larger, honestly.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like barely
strange.
bigger than the Mark 85, and the thing that made me think that too, Cam, was the fact that it's almost $500.
Yeah,
I thought maybe it was going to be like 16 inches tall, but it's just not. It's like 13, 14 inches or something like that. So
yeah, that's kind of crazy. I mean, sometimes scaling issues is kind of one thing that we worry about with the figures as well. But
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I still like it. I mean, because anytime you pair him up with Rocket, it makes Rocket look tiny anyway. So it's like you pair them up together, it kind of looks good regardless. But if you're putting them next to other figures that are scaled differently, then it's like it's gonna come out a little funky, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to like photography.
Yeah. I agree. And Doc had said I thought it was going to be a mini Hawkbuster. That's kind of what I thought. I thought it was going to be like a because 469, I was like, that's pretty high. I mean, you know, Iron Man's usually like 375, 425, maybe. Like, you know, War Machine, I think, what was it? I have the Infinity War Machine, which I love. I think it's incredible. And it was like maybe 400 or something like that.
I think it was like 402, 407, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And this one's like 469. So
it's like $60 more for just a couple more shoulder pads. Like I'm like,
I know,
nah,
bro. Like, come on now. And the figure's not even that big, but I guess there's a lot of guns and stuff involved. But
yeah. But I mean, you're not gonna place all those on at once as well. I mean, a lot of people want to display it that way, but I don't think everybody does it that way as well. So
yeah. Was there anything else, Cam? Like, you're probably only gonna get the regular 85 or the battle damage, right? Do you think you need both or just?
I would probably just say probably the battle damage, because I feel like that's more. Oh God, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, man, it would be cool to have both though.
It would, yeah, but it's just that's like $850 right there.
I know. It's like I gotta make a choice with that.
I would go battle damage for sure. I mean, the regular 85 is cool, but there's nothing more iconic than the battle damage.
Yeah, because I think they're both pretty iconic as far as the paying homage to the original comic.
Right.
As far as like the suit, but yeah, I feel like the last one, the 85 battle damage, is definitely more iconic than the original one for sure.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Iron Patriot was right there. There we go.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if you saw, Cam. Like I know you're not the biggest Star Wars guy, but Boba Fett single pack came into stock.
Oh, really?
The deluxe is not. The 2-pack is not. But the single, and Riley, I saw commented this earlier. I am tempted by the single pack.
Yeah.
Because I didn't love the Book of Boba Fett show, but this is from Mando, and this scene in Mando is incredible.
Yeah, that was a great scene, honestly.
And I love the look of this armor, so I'm very tempted. But I think this is one of those figures I'm just gonna wait on and take my chances. Like I'll just be like, let's see how low it can drop, and then then I'll capitalize because I'm in no rush. So
yeah, I think it's an awesome version of him, you know, because he has the Tusken Raider type outfit still on, along with his like damaged armor, and it's like the first version we saw, you know, of this character, because before this we didn't know, you know, where he was except for saving the lady. So yeah, I think it's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you should get it, man.
Yeah, bro, you think so? You think I should get it?
You should
see now you're the enabler.
Just buy it. Just buy it, man.
I see what you're doing, bro. I see.
Yeah.
Is there anything else though, Cam, that you think maybe is worth discussion? Like, the cap, I know most people probably have.
I think one that's really underrated that a lot of people kind of skip over because it's been on the site for a little bit is the Whiplash for sure, though.
The Whiplash. So you have the Whiplash.
Yeah, I do have Whiplash. Yeah.
Okay.
The articulation on it is limited. And I know a lot of people were looking for the whips to be able to light up as well, but I think it's still a good figure. Great head sculpt. The pants are a little, I think, like a darker color than the actual movie version. It was like a lot more orange, I guess you could say, but I'm super pleased with it. I'm hoping that they continue with this in this line, and maybe we'll get, the Mark II version of Whiplash where he was in the full armored suit. So I'm hoping they continue on, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe in like 2 more years or something like that.
Yeah. There was one point, Cam, that like Amazon had this guy in stock for like $200.
That's where I bought it from. Yep.
Did you?
That's where I bought it. Yep. Because I saw it on Sideshow, and I believe it was, God, how much is it now on Sideshow? It's what?
Like 250?
Well, 285.
285. Wow.
Yeah. It's free shipping right now, but when I was looking at it, it didn't have free shipping. And then I saw it on Amazon. Yeah, I think it was like 218 or something like that on Amazon. So I ended up getting it on there, and I was like, of course, like, and it got here like in 2 days. So I couldn't pass that up. I think I shouted out some people online and was like, hey man, go get it before it sells out, because it's a super awesome deal, I think, for sure.
Yeah. And dude, and for all the people getting the Mark V, I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So one thing, Cam, I would consider on this list, I think would probably be the battle damage Thanos.
Do you have
I don't want to pay like $450 for it.
Yeah, so that's kind of steep. Do you have a Thanos already?
I do have Infinity War Thanos. So it's not the end of the world if I don't get this, but if it comes across my my Facebook where I find a deal of like someone's like really offloading it for 300 or 250 or 275, then that could be something that I would consider. I've seen people get this from Hong Kong sellers pretty cheap. So
yeah. Because I feel like they've made so many of them, so they're like trying to get rid of them at the same time too.
Right?
It's like the same character just with a couple of cuts on his face. So it's like it's like we got to get rid of this thing. We got
a lot of people don't feel the need to get like this Thanos and this one. So
yeah, exactly. I don't think
they're both $400.
Right.
So yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there for people to look at. I mean, the Anakin just came in stock. So
yeah, I know a lot of people are excited. They're super excited about that. Anything Star Wars, honestly, on here, everybody's like super excited.
Dude, the Star Wars stuff is selling like really well right now.
It is. It literally is. It's literally flying off the shelves, I think. And I feel like it's a Star Wars craze right now. Hopefully, it'll still be going strong in the next couple of years too. Hopefully the shows won't slow down or anything like that.
Bro, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So, because I got a lot of some of the other stuff too is like starts to get into like cost baby territory and stuff, and waitlisted stuff.
Yeah, Cos Babies.
So yeah,
I like the only thing I like about Cos Babies is giving us a window to possibly what we might see in a Hot Toy 6 scale form too.
Right?
Because usually if you see the Cos Baby, most likely there's a 6 scale is going to follow of that same character. So
yeah. It was funny though, Cam. This was one that this would be the last one. I think we'll move on. But this was one I think that like when it originally came out before the film came out, I was like, I really love this suit. I think this suit's unique. I really like how it looks. Then I saw it was like highly inaccurate. It's like it's not even really like it looks like in the film at all. And Hot Toys rushed it out probably off promo art that Marvel had sent them before the film came out. Then they changed it, and then Hot Toys didn't have time to make the adjustment. But it's a really cool looking suit. I think that is one I would pick up if it got really cheap. I would not pay retail for this, but like if for some reason I thought this would drop like to Night Monkey levels. I thought
that's what I was thinking. So that's what I was gonna say. Like if it gets to the price of Night Monkey levels, 100% I would get it. But I think you're right about the accuracy of the actual suit. There was a lot more wiring and red and blue dots in the actual suit that we saw in the movie that weren't really shown on this figure in these promotional pictures, because we got the figure before the trailer even dropped. Like I remember this figure dropped and we hadn't even seen a trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home yet. So it was kind of like premature. They were like, oh, okay, we got to rush out some information real quick before, the trailer comes out and stuff. So yeah, if it definitely got down to Night Monkey pricing, I would definitely get it for sure.
Yeah, that's how I feel. So I'm keeping my eye out on this one. And then the Boba Fett single pack, I got my eye out on that. But there's definitely some stuff for sure. But yeah, man, I think it's always fun to window shop like that, just like,
oh no, that's me every day. That's me every day.
Right? See, I think we all do it. It's just but I gotta address Cam Carlos' super chat real quick. I'm in the market for a Whiplash 200 shipped. Dude, Carlos, thanks so much, bro. Seriously, man, for all these super chats. What do you think, Cam? Do you think he can find a Whiplash for that price? I think he can.
I think so. I'm pretty sure he could. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because some of the Marvel figures nowadays that have been going for like crazy prices, like like crazy low prices. That is, yeah, I think it's possible.
Yeah,
Cam, I have to
definitely.
ask you a question though.
Man.
Your most recent purchase, bro, whether it be a figure, a statue, of art print, whatever, right? Is it the Ant-Man?
It is. It is the
Bro,
Ant-Man.
hold on. I
Yeah.
got solo you so you can show this Ant-Man.
Yeah, this is my most. Oh God, Mike,
Oh,
get out the way, Mike.
oh my
Okay.
god, oh my god, oh my god!
Okay.
It's the angelic light, dude. It's throwing you
Yeah,
off,
that's what it is. I'm like, my depth perception is off. So
bro.
yeah,
Didn't you say you got this cheap from? I think it was Toys Wonderland. You said.
yeah, I got this from Toys Wonderland. I believe it was like 190, and of course you got shipping in there. So yeah, I mean it's a great figure, honestly. I love it, man.
What made you pick it up, Cam?
Well, it's because I always thought about recreating the scene at Endgame. And I feel like we're going to see this suit again. So for me, it's like, all right, I want to pick up figures where I'm going to see that same suit again, and I can like take photos with other figures to kind of recreate a scene as well. When you saw the first version and the second version of the Ant-Man suit, we're not going to see that again. Like that's gone. So I was like, this is the most recent one. I want to pick it up. And I loved it paired up with the Wasp. So that one's also pretty cheap too. So
dude, you know why? I know how I know that because I sold mine.
Did you? Oh,
I had the Wasp,
right.
and I really liked that figure. I thought, honestly, I liked the figure almost more than the character, and I do like the character. I think she's cool, but she's not like my favorite character. But I like her; she's good. It's funny. The Wasp figure, when you put the wings on, has a lot of presence. It does take up a lot of space, but I sold it just because I was like, I got to make space, and I got other Marvel figures coming in like Mark V, and then the Shang-Chi and Wenwu, and that's next year, but still, just kind of preparing for that.
Shang-Chi, man. Woo.
Bro, those figures.
Y'all know you're ready for those.
Yeah, those figures are going to be incredible. I should have bought day one for those, but I don't really buy from Hong Kong that much anymore. But I'm so excited to get them. But so Cam, was it more like the price that got you to buy that, or is it, is that a factor, or was it just like you said, building like a line?
So I knew it was not just the price, but it was also a character with the head sculpt that nobody really liked, and I knew it was going to sit for a little while, so I waited a bit so that I could see the price go down. And then once the price reached that amount, I was like, oh, I mean, because regardless of what everybody said about the head sculpt, I'm not going to put the head sculpt on there. This is not going on there. Okay, it's not happening. But I like the figure, period, and I like the character too. So I was like, yeah, I want to add them to my collection, and that's really what came down to it for my decision, honestly.
Okay, gotcha. Because, dude, yeah, I don't know. There's just I think I always find it fascinating looking into other people's processes, like looking like what made you buy that figure specifically.
Yeah,
I think that's such an interesting question. I was going to share one, Cam. I don't know if you've played. Carlos will know what I'm talking about here, and others, but I bought this I actually never heard of this shop before I started Googling it. Dean, I think, from Collecting Weekly told me about it, but this is the Cloud Strife game toys figure from Final Fantasy VII. So this is one that I had to pick up despite the fact that they are selling it for a bit above retail. Like retail, this was maybe like $450, something like that. So, but it's third party. So like with those, like these games, toys figures have sold out really quickly. And these are ones that I saw it in stock, and this has actually been going for a lot more on the aftermarket than I never bought from this place before. So they shipped me the item, but it comes with Cloud and the bike. So that's what's pretty cool.
Deal. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it was like $450 at the time when it was sold, but it sold out, and I had it pre-ordered, but I wasn't sure I was ever going to get it because there were stock issues and things like that. So I kind of had to like pick it up a little bit above retail. So what I was going to share with people was like saying like, if people are looking for it, $760 for the Cloud and the bike, that's actually pretty good compared to what it's going for. If you look on eBay and places like that, like Facebook groups, it's going for like $1,000. So yeah, so it's these game toy figures have been very popular.
That's a really good deal compared to what it's going for on eBay. Like you said, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and I guess you're a fan of the game, right? So you play the game,
dude. Yeah,
okay,
super.
Yeah,
big
so
fan
you had to get it. You had to get it.
Yeah, because I have. I don't know if you probably saw my Instagram, Cam. I have the Sephiroth figure that I was showing the other day.
Yeah, with the wing, right?
Yeah, with the wing. Yeah, he's from this game too. So he's the villain of the game. So like dude, it seriously is like just such an incredible set. And yeah, like it's definitely a little bit pricey, on the I guess it'd be that, but this is like a reliable shop supposedly. So
Right.
if anyone is looking for one, of course it's a little bit higher than most people want to pay. This is still a really good deal, I feel. So
Yeah,
I
definitely.
bought it
I
just
agree.
because I felt like I didn't really have another option. It was a figure I needed to get.
Mhm.
And this is, I guess, not retail, but you can't get it for retail anymore because I pre-ordered it like I should have, but then I didn't get the stock because there were some issues with the supplier and things like that. And I was like, well, I'm either going to get it or not get it. So
Yeah, it
this is
was.
one sometimes where you have to, but I don't want to overpay, but it's like I kind of need this cloud, and I did the right things, I felt, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. So
Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet. It's like, well, this is it right here.
right.
Especially when you feel like your other options are way more expensive.
Right.
It's like, I'll take this one for sure.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Cam, I gotta ask you, bro,
Mhm.
because like I said, we got so many good questions on the docket, but like one of the things I think that comes up a lot in collecting is like figures as investments.
Mhm.
So I wanted to share one real quick because this is probably the best example, right, of a
Okay.
figure that went a lot higher than anyone expected it to.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
you could also say the same about, like you said, the Mark 47, the Mark 5, Shore Trooper at one point. Like, I don't know if we ever consider these, like we do it for the passion, most of us, right? We don't do it as an investment, but do you see them as quality investments? Because one thing I've noticed, just, I don't know if you've sold much, but I've sold a decent amount in the past like year. And I've, some of them I make money, but decent amount of them I've been losing money from what I paid at retail, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if, it's a matter of like, do we consider these quality investments nowadays? Or like, do we think we're going to get our money back or more money? Or are we going to be losing money if we sell them? What do you think?
Well, I think when most of us originally purchased these figures, I don't think we think about what they're going to be worth in the end. Or when the time comes for us to get ready to sell them back, we don't think about, oh man, this is going to be worth so much money in like 2 years.
Yeah.
We get it because we love the figure or we have some type of attachment to it that made us actually want to purchase it at first. But when you break it down and you look at it, if anything were to happen, or if you were to go through some type of like emergency or something like that, you do look at your figures probably first, if not second, to be like, oh man, I need to get out of a jam. I might need to sell some things, you know what I'm saying? To be able to get you back on track to where you need to be. Because like I know a lot of people during COVID, for example, they bought these figures, but no one expected COVID to come up or to happen, or at least for it to get that bad as it did. So when I started collecting, I actually started collecting during COVID. So I was sitting at home and I was like, man, I really want to get a figure, And I saw a guy, he was selling, like I said, the Black Panther. He was selling it for 250.
Oh my God.
Right up the street, right up the
From the
street.
solo film?
Yes, from the solo
Oh,
film. That was
dude.
my very first figure that I bought. And I talked to my wife. I was like, so, can I go get it? She's like, yeah. So we drove together up there and met the guy in a sketchy parking lot and paid him through Facebook. And that was it. So
Nice. And everything
so
worked out. The transaction
yeah,
was good.
everything was good.
Okay.
Of course, I told him, I was like, yeah, I gotta open the box. Not like I knew what I was looking for in
Yeah,
the
at that
first
point you
place.
wouldn't
Like
have. Yeah.
it was my first figure. I'm like, I don't even know what's supposed to come in here, but I'm like, oh,
You're
looks
like, all
looks
right,
pretty good.
everything checks out.
Yeah, no arms falling off. Okay, I think that's about right. And
Right.
then we just dipped out. So, yeah, I think a lot of people do see this as a quality investment, but that can also be a way for them to persuade their significant other to be able to buy a figure as well. It's like,
Mm.
hey, I'm not just doing this for you, I'm doing it for us, baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these things right here, college fund, boom. So some people
Right.
see it like that. Other people just see it as this is something I'm gonna hold on to forever. And then when I'm not here anymore, I'm gonna pass it down to my kids. But it just depends on your outlook. I think for me, it's a little bit of both, I guess you could say. Because if you ever get into a jam or if I ever needed it, like something else like that happened, like COVID, then I could look to these to be able to help me out to get through a hard time. So
Yeah. Dude, it's tough too, Cam, because yeah, like you said, if you have like a, maybe a hospital bill or something comes up where you need to pull some money out and you have figures, and I've always told other non-collectors you can liquidate pretty easily. You can sell things if you need to refocus or, pay a bill or whatever. So they're good quality investments in that sense, because I feel like more often than not, they retain their value pretty close to retail. Some
yeah,
drop. I mean, some, you just have to be smart about it. I feel like if you bought Taskmaster for retail, you're probably not getting your money back if you're trying to sell that, right?
No,
So, or you
no.
bought the Chitauri for retail or a First Order
Oh, no.
Stormtrooper. Like nowadays, I think you can be pretty, wise with your collecting and be like, okay, Taskmaster is probably not a figure that people are gonna go crazy for, right? Like it's because the character is not beloved. Like it's not like Mando or even
Yep.
Mando, dude. I sold my Beskar Mando with Grogu for like 215. So I mean, because the Chrome version's on pre-order. So
Right.
it's just a matter of like, but I think like what I'm seeing in the chat a lot, and like what you're saying, Cam, if you bought it for the reason of collecting it, then that's really ideally I think how you should, but to each their own. You know, there's still a good investment. You're just not making money, I guess. Like your investment is so far as you're going to get close to what you paid. But nowadays, I think that's tougher because that's why it's such a double-edged sword, I feel like, because with Marvel especially, and even Star Wars, some of it, it's so oversaturated. There's so many figures coming out, so many versions of the same character that like you're losing money. A lot of times you're selling things. Like Hot Toys are not retaining their value. So like even Durasteel Mando, for example, you can get that below retail. You can get like, pretty much anything you want. Unless it's like Yondu or Hela that was very limited because there weren't a lot of pre-orders or whatever. Like, and that character's not coming back. So sort of that or Jack Sparrow.
The the one-offs obviously always sell for more, of course, if you know further down the line. But you see a lot of people that probably had like the original Mark 1, the original Mark 47, and now they're seeing these reissues come out and they're like, if they did buy these figures for a quality investment, then they're looking at their investment like, what am I supposed to do now? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I had a figure that I bought for like probably, I'm not sure what it was going for at the time, maybe like 280 or something like that, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't as high as it was now when it first came out. But 280 is what I paid for it. I was looking at to sell it for $1,200 last week, but now the new reissue is the exact duplicate of it is out. Now I can't sit here and jack up my prices too. So it's hard. It's tough.
That's the thing, man. Like it's so hard to predict too. Like all the people who had Mark 47 or just bought it the day before they announced the reissue, or the Mark 5, or I think with all the reissues we're seeing of Iron Man and Batman and stuff, and even the kind of the Shore Trooper, right? Like I think people are being smarter to not pay crazy prices for that kind of stuff because there's always the chance of a reissue. Like anyone who's been watching the Obi-Wan show, they could very easily reissue this Darkseid Anakin. They could very easily make a reissue just an Anakin, just a regular light side Anakin, right? Same deal. They could totally do that even without him showing up in the show. They could easily do that if they wanted to. And that's why like I miss having this Anakin in my collection. I did really like him, but when someone offered me like what $700 for it, $750, I was like, yeah, I think I'll take that because I mean I paid a third of that.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I don't have my Black Panther anymore, so
did you sell it for?
I sold
it was a good offer, probably.
It was like $900. So
900.
So I was like,
bro,
and this is when like
time.
So I was like, okay, I was like, and I pray for a reissue, and that's all I could do is pray for a reissue. So I caught that Jedi.
And they might. I have the Civil War one, so it doesn't have a head sculpt, but I still love I'm not selling that one just personally because I love that one. But see, and that's AJ said. Or if you have a Civil War Scarlet Witch, like the time to capitalize on that would have been previously probably.
Right, for sure.
Because now, I mean, I'm sure that figure's still worth something, but now with 2 other versions on the market that are really good, like you have to be like really. If you want to sell, if you don't want to sell and you love the figure, just keep it. Don't even worry about it. But,
don't even offer it out there because it's like if you really love it and you don't want to sell it, don't even tempt yourself by looking at the price of what it is, because then you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sell it. Because I've only sold 2 figures, which was my Black Panther from the Black Panther solo film, and then I also sold Falcon from Captain America Winter Soldier, the original great outfit. So I sold both of those. I think it was like 2020 or something like that, but I was able to get more for what I paid for it. So I was like, okay.
And that was probably smart. Now there's a new Captain America Falcon out there. So, and that one looks incredible.
Oh yeah, it does. It does. The only problem is that if I ever want to get that figure again, I'm pretty sure there won't be a reissue. Like I don't see that. I'm not foreseeing a reissue of that figure. Maybe Black Panther, but I don't see that version of Sam Wilson ever coming back out, honestly.
No.
So it's like, that's gone.
But it's funny, dude. Like I said, some of the one-offs, like if InArt didn't announce a Pennywise, I think the Hot Toys Pennywise could have become that once it's sold out. I think it could have been
Oh
one
yeah.
where people were like, "Oh, that one's never getting reissued," but now InArt has one, so there's going to be another option. So I think that'll prevent people from letting it get too high. But there's also the idea, like I have the Jack Sparrow right over there, and I love that figure. But sometimes I look at the prices of what it's going for, and I'm tempted because I'm like, but the problem is with that one, Cam. It's like we talked about. That one's not getting reissued.
Oh no,
They're
no,
not
no, no,
reissuing that
no,
Jack Sparrow,
no.
and it's like beautiful. It's a beautiful figure, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep it. But the prices sometimes do tempt me when I see it going for $600, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, and I'm like, oh man. But I'm gonna keep it because I know it's just a beautiful figure, and they're not doing a Jack Sparrow again anytime soon.
No, no, no. It's gonna be a while, and even that version, if they do come out with it, it's probably gonna be different than the one you have for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bro. But it's always a fun
It's tough.
topic. And Cam, I know I asked you before we started the live stream. You're not
Mhm.
big into art prints,
I'm
but
not. I'm
we
not.
got to talk about this, bro. Because I know there's
All right,
some
let's
people
talk
out there,
about
and we'll talk about this quickly for people more into figures. But like, I got this recently. This is the Mandalorian art print, dude, with
it. So,
Grogu,
it's
and
dope,
dude,
man.
it's like maybe like $90, something like that. So, and it's really nice. It's like 18 by 24, which is what most art prints tend to be.
Mhm.
Um, and like I've kind of gotten into the art print game a little bit because I think with us, we're all collectors. We love art, right? Figures
Yeah.
are art, statues are art prints are art. And like some of the stuff that I've seen out there is really good. And it can be a dangerous rabbit hole to jump down, I think,
Yeah.
because they're a little more bite sized. They can be $50, 75, they can be $100. And you can go get a frame from Michael's for $15. I mean,
Right.
so that's nice. So, but Cam, do you ever, like I said, have you ever looked really at art prints or anything like that? Because I want to pull up some here, and I have Star Wars pulled up, but I can pull up Marvel.
No, no,
Uh,
no. Star Wars is fine. It's fine.
yeah, because I mean
Just
they
go
have
through
like,
those.
yeah, because I mean some of the stuff out there, bro. Like this is the one I bought, so
Mhm.
like it just some of the stuff out there is like really really nice, and
Yeah.
I think that people should definitely look into these type of things. If you're because it builds like class in your display. That's what I've noticed with mine. Like having
Mhm.
framed art prints around the collectibles and stuff. It just adds kind of a nice little museum quality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And honestly, for me, and I think some people that probably don't collect art prints yet, it's just the fact that sometimes space can be like
Yeah.
an issue too. So I live like in a two-bedroom apartment. So for mine, it's like I'm not gonna like deck it out. I rather once I move into like a larger space, then yeah, I'll be able to like have my own little nook, I guess my wife wants to call it a nook in the house. And then, I can start, throwing the art prints around. But there are a lot of great art prints, honestly, not only on the Sideshow website, but on different websites too.
Right.
But I have not really dabbled into these yet. I would love to be able to get one day. I'm over here looking in Michael's and Hobby Lobby like a
Mm.
cheapo. So I'm like, oh man, these are the ones to get if you're gonna get any, honestly.
Yeah, bro. And seriously, like even some of this stuff, like the Guardians one is 20% off. They clearly can't even move this. So
Yeah, yeah, they're probably
the
struggling. Like,
frame ones are always like way too expensive though.
I know, and that's the thing. It's like, all right, well, I'll just get the print, and then, like you said, just go to Michael's and just buy a frame, separate.
Right. That's what I think, bro. I mean, like, but I mean, they're just like Civil War. This one, like, that's pretty cool, dude. Like,
Yeah.
put that in your display next to a Marvel setup. Like, it's some of these like
Oh
artists,
man,
man.
it's
I
like
love.
panels too, so you
Yeah,
can
I
put them
love
all
seeing this.
together. Oh man, you might have sold
Yeah.
me on that one. Wow.
See, bro, like and some of the Infinity War stuff, like it's just like really cool, man. Like looking at
Yeah,
some of these art prints, like I just am sometimes marveling, for lack of a better term, not intended to be pun there, but like marveling it's like how good these are. Like I always wish I could draw like that.
yeah, and I
Like
used to
it's
draw, man. I drew in like
oh
high
really?
school and college, but like I'm garbage now, so I'm stick figuring it up. But now
Yeah.
I'm like, man, look at these, like these are crazy,
Yeah,
super
and like
incredible,
some of
man.
the stuff, and a lot of it's like kind of some of it's like comic oriented, like with Carnage and stuff like that. But like, there's a lot of pretty cool shit out there.
Yeah,
Like
that
it's
Spider-Man eye one, like the eyeball of his mask, but it's like something
oh this
making.
one.
Yeah, I can't see. What is that?
Oh yeah, it's like
Oh, it's all Spider-Man, is it?
yeah, it's all Spider-Man and
Oh, wow,
like
that's
and
that's cool.
different like characters in the comics. That's
It's
pretty
like,
cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Wow.
See, like stuff like that, bro. Like so
Oh
for me,
man.
I do think they are worth it as long as the price isn't crazy. But if you're getting something for $90 or $70 or whatever, like, it's some of the stuff out there is like really, really good.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I mean, especially for that price, because I mean, I never even like looked at the art prints that much, you know? So for me,
Mhm.
I'm thinking like, oh, the price is probably crazy for art like this. And
Yep.
I'm looking at the price that you're telling me, and I'm like, oh, that's not bad at all. Like,
No.
I could
And like I
definitely
said, you can
spend
go to
that.
get a frame from Michael's for $15. Like it's
Right. Yeah. That's definitely worth it. 100%.
yeah, it's pretty badass, bro. But yeah, like what was it? What was I gonna show? Oh yeah, there was only one cam, and then we'll move on from this. This
Okay.
one, you know, I love Kylo, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So
I've seen this one. This one
like
looks
I've
good.
been
Yeah.
looking at this dude like so much. So like we'll see if I pull the trigger on this one. I have another frame. Michael's had buy one get one free. So I'm definitely looking at this one. So it's definitely something for sure that I'm looking at. But you know, like I said, those are the cool things that I really think really just add a lot of display. Like I look around at my art prints sometimes and I'm like, dude, these are really cool. These are
Yeah.
really cool. So
Would
people
you
don't sleep on art prints.
would you get the Ray?
See,
Obviously, bro,
that's
you just want to
see
stick with Kylo,
See,
right? Yeah,
that's
you
what
don't want to
people always think that because if you get those two, it would be awesome if you put them next to
right
each
put them
other.
together. Yeah,
Like
that's what I
put
was
them
thinking.
together and have them display
Right.
together. It would look really, really cool. I don't think I don't see that's where it gets tricky. If I want to drop 200 on two prints, you know,
I
'cause that's
know.
like it's
Yeah.
getting close to a Hot Toys figure at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Yeah. At
So
that point, yeah.
like that's why like one of them is pretty good. I feel like so I'll probably just get Kylo if I get
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, because if that's the character you really love, then I would just stick with that instead of like dabbling off to something else because it just leads into you getting more things you might not really want, you know? So,
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's pretty cool, bro. But yeah, so that's always it's always fun to talk about these prints, man. Like
yeah,
it's
definitely.
just a blast, bro. Like and people don't really we don't talk about them enough. So you know,
No,
it's
I don't think they get enough credit, honestly,
no
because like I mean, they obviously hold their own on the website as well.
right.
Because I mean, they wouldn't keep featuring them, adding more prints to the website if people weren't actually buying them. So
Yeah,
it's
man.
just, I think it's just a different classification, you know, like you
Yeah,
got people that go hard on the art prints and then people that go hard on the figures too. So you need to combine it more, you know.
yeah, absolutely, bro. So Cam, I gotta ask you another serious question, bro. Because this is something we all do. Like you said, you're on Sideshow, you're on other websites each day. You're like, what can I think about adding to my collection? What are
Mhm.
you on the fence about right now? Like what figure statue, whatever you're looking at that you're like, bro, I think I kind of want it, but I don't know. Like what are you sitting on the fence on?
I'm really on the fence about this rescue figure.
Oh, okay. I need
Yeah.
to look at that then.
So I want to I want to add it to my collection. But I think we were going through it. We were talking about it earlier, but right now, T Dubs does not have the free shipping option on it anymore.
Mm.
So it was a free shipping option, and it was going for instead of 407, it was going for 255
Oh,
free shipping. So I'm like 255 free shipping. That's easy. Like I mean, because if I buy it from Sideshow, it's 407, and then I was it free shipping now for them or
yeah, it's 10% off
okay,
and free shipping.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's still like an extra $150 I would still be paying on it, you
Yeah,
know?
you would.
So
You
it's
would.
like, do I want to wait and then just go ahead and get that free shipping whenever they add it back on? Or will it be gone by then as well? Because I know it's on the last one page as well. So I'm
Yeah.
like, it's kind of tough. It's a tough decision. Because
It's
it's
funny,
not
Cam, though, with the
necessarily
Hong Kong sellers. Like sometimes you get a really good deal from them.
no, you do, and then sometimes you get really bad ones. So it's like you never know what you're gonna get sometimes. But I honestly, for me, it was just the price that really enticed me the most. It wasn't really the character, because we only saw this suit for what maybe like 10 minutes in the movie, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
not much.
but it was like, and even the accessories aren't that great. But I was just like, man, 255, that seems like a steal, you know.
Yeah.
So, not sure how I would pair it up because, like I said, I don't have the 85. So it's like, who's she gonna be next to? Like Ant
You
Man?
can find
like,
a way to
what?
put her in. You can put her next to Ant Man. You can
Yeah,
put,
there you
dude,
go. They
put her
both
next
got
to
helmets.
Wasp, dude.
So,
Because they had that
yeah, that's true. That's true.
the female Avengers scene kind of.
They
You
do.
know, they
They
had
do.
that.
They do. Yeah, because
So
the only bad part is that I have Captain Marvel, but I have the first one, which is like that one's dirt cheap now too.
yeah,
Honestly, all of her figures are super dirt cheap. Like they go under the radar, I think, a lot. Like, I mean, because the articulation is so stiff on both of them, I think. So a lot of people are like, no moving torso is kind of hard to pose in the right way. So it makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But yeah.
But bro, so what price do you think it would have to be for you to jump? Like if it's a 275 shipped, is that something you're gonna do? You think?
Yeah. I mean, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro,
275. All right, T
275
Dubs or somebody make it happen for Cam.
275
275.
shipped. somebody contact me. So
Yeah.
yeah, because like, I mean, that would only be like what, $20 shipping. Sounds
Yeah.
impossible, but
Bro, I
sounds
think it'll happen though. This figure's
yeah,
been sitting
maybe.
for a while.
It has been sitting for a while, and I think that's probably why they put the free shipping on there in the first place. But I know there's an issue where they can't do it right now. You were saying so. Um, I'm like, man, do I want to? I'd probably just hold off, and if it goes back to the free shipping, oh yeah, it's mine.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Come on now. It's a beautiful figure. But for me,
No,
like
it is.
I at one point considered getting this, but I think it didn't have enough presence for me. Like I like the suit, but just its role in the film was pretty minor. Like it was only there for a
Yeah.
couple minutes, and he
Yeah.
did some cool stuff, but you know, there were just a lot of good options. But
Yeah.
so yeah, MB Dyson says still on the Pennywise fence. I'd have a smaller scale statue of him holding the blue. Dude, if you're thinking about the Pennywise, I guess there's always the in art, but that's gonna be like $500.
Oh
so,
yeah.
so if you want the Pennywise, I would hop off the fence personally, but that's just me. So I do have to note though, I don't know if you saw this, Cam. Carlos just dropped
It's
a $50 super chat. Carlos, thank you, dude. You do not have to drop
Big
$50
money.
if you want to get back at Riley, I promise. But it's very much appreciated. Carlos, I did make you a moderator. So I think him and Riley are going to start banning each other. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's
yeah, so we're going to see how that goes in the
it's gonna
chat.
get violent. It's gonna get
Yeah,
violent.
it's going to
in
get
the chat.
violent in the chat. So we're going to find out and see what happens. So I got like 4 mods now. So we'll see.
Oh, bro. Oh, man.
Yeah, because Bob Dylan, Riley, Doc Smizzle, and Carlos. I think they're all
Okay.
mods.
Okay.
So
cool.
great power comes great responsibility. That's all. I'll
That's
say.
true. Don't
So
web each other.
Cam, did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I gotta show you something, bro. Because
Okay.
people who know me know that I've been talking about this thing forever. I'm so on the fence with this. This is a very expensive statue. They have 2 options. You can get the collector's edition with just the Night King for $1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not bad for a quarter scale with this much detail on the statue.
bad at all.
Pretty cool. Then they got the Ultimate Edition. That comes with 2 White Walkers. Or 2 whites. My apologies. 2 whites. My Game of Thrones card is going to be revoked. 2 whites.
Somebody's
Right.
like, get that guy.
Yeah, exactly. White Walkers, whites. Come on now. You can't conflate the two. So like it comes with 2 whites. So you can detach them, put them on the base. They're pretty cool, right? I'm on the fence kind of. Because I really like the statue and I love Game of Thrones. I hated season 8. But I love the rest of it. So I've been on the fence. Cam, do you think it's worth double to have the whites? I'm so conflicted, bro. I just don't know. Like
I'm trying to figure out what makes them the whites. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm about to get my card taken too. What makes them the whites?
these
instead of the
zombie
White
whites
Walkers?
in the back.
I know,
yeah.
I know. But they're not White Walkers, or the White Walkers are the dude with the long
The White
hair?
Walkers are the ones like that are like generals. They're like
Okay, all right, my fault.
yeah.
there's
So the whites and the
somebody
White
gonna
Walkers.
follow me today.
Yeah,
probably,
so the whites are just the zombies. Like just
Okay,
the zombies. But the White
Damn.
Walkers are like they're kind of like the Night King. They're frozen looking, they're generals, you know.
okay, I got you.
So these are
I
whites,
am-
but
I'm garbage.
nah,
so
bro, you're good. Game of Thrones season 8 did suck, so it's fine.
yeah, it was a little wild. So man, I don't know, dude. I would get them with the whites for sure because I
Would
feel
you?
like because it just looks powerful, man. Like him by himself looks good, but having 2 people behind him that look like they're about
Right.
to just like go bonkers, I would be like, yeah, I need that for sure. Do you have any
Yeah.
other Game of Thrones stuff or?
See, I
You
do. I
got
have
the
a one.
sword, right?
Yeah, I got
Sword?
the sword behind
Saw
me
a sword
right
in the
there.
background. Okay, I saw
Yeah,
it
and I
back
got some 1/6 from 3-0, and I got what's it called? The I got the 3-0 Drogon. He's 6 scale the dragon. I got him, and I got the Jon Snow on throne in quarter scale on this, and he will be coming home. I already paid him off a while back.
Nice,
So
nice.
the Night King, I think it's going to happen at some point. But I am waiting for release. I saw a comment. Oliver said, "Wait for a release." I agree. I am going to wait for release. You know, I'm really excited about it, but I'm going to wait for release on this one because Prime 1, it's funny, Cam. Some statues you have to pre-order and some you don't. Prime 1, I don't think you usually do. Like, I think you
Right.
can, as long as you're on it right around release, you're probably good. So I'm going to wait. This is one I'm on the fence for. I'm also on the fence for, we were looking at the in-stock items, the Boba Fett.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the
you told me about
Boba,
that.
the Boba Fett. Do you think, Cam? I mean, do you think that's going to be worth it? Because I don't know. I know you're a big
know.
Marvel guy over what's it called, over Star Wars, but
Yeah.
it's one of those things where I'm just wondering if this Boba Fett is going to be something that's going to be worth it long term.
Yeah, I feel like you're thinking about the single pack, not the 2, right?
Yeah, the single. I have the Empire Strikes Back Boba, so I do have a Boba.
Okay. I feel like, man, I feel like it would look good though, honestly,
Yeah.
because in the long run, once this thing sells out, we're definitely not going to see this version again. You know, especially with
Yeah.
the weathered armor, like everything's going to either be freshly painted, or who knows, we might jump into a new color scheme, or just something different. But once it's gone, it's gone. You're definitely not getting a reissue of this one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might be worth it, honestly. I mean, if you like it that much, I would definitely just go for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait
Yo,
though, because this
YOLO.
is one like Taskmaster to me. I know I can
Okay,
wait.
okay. This is
I don't think it's gonna
Taskmaster.
reach Taskmaster levels, 'cause I think this is more in demand than that. But but I do think it's gonna drop because people are gonna want the 2-pack. So the single pack is gonna fall, I think.
Yeah,
So, and Book of Boba didn't do that great, and now Obi-Wan's a little bit divisive. So, I guess we're gonna see.
yeah. I was also looking at the Hulk, but I'm like,
Oh, the Professor Hawk?
yeah, but I don't think,
I wouldn't, dude. I wouldn't.
yeah, I don't think it's worth it at all, man. Like, if that price drops down like something ridiculous, then sure I would get it. But
Right.
for me, it's just like, and the one thing about all the Hulk figures is that they really don't have any type of articulation too much. Like,
Mm,
I like being able to kind of like push my figure to the limit. But like with him just having this like stagnant, I'm reading a book face. It's kind of like
I'm
it's
reading the
like
book.
yeah, it's like he's like reading like a report card, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, cool. But like I rather have the Mad Face Hulk, or the one from was it Age of Ultron, and the version from the original Avengers. I'd rather have that face or that head sculpt version of the Hulk on this figure. It just seemed like it gave the figure so much more depth.
Yeah.
This one, all I can do is like put a tablet. Look at that. Look at
Right.
that. Put a tablet in his hand and put on
Yeah.
glasses. Damn.
It's
Look.
just it's not the Hawk, like it's like if you were gonna get a
Impressive.
Hawk, you'd probably want the Gladiator one's pretty unique, but I would think you would
Yeah.
want the Age of Ultron one or the Avengers one.
I think the Gladiator one is probably the best one.
That's pretty cool.
Because like I hate the fact that the Age of Ultron one, I mean, it's two different upper torsos that you switch out.
Yep.
So it's just like either you're gonna put his arms up in the air or you're gonna put him down. And I'm like, why can't I do more? Like,
Right.
I can't move him? Like, okay.
Right.
Get
I
an
kind of
action
like
figure.
that torso though, Cam, because it's seamless. So like you could put the
Right,
it's sort of
yeah.
like a power pose figure at that point.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it looks kind of cool, I think. But
Well, yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Hulkbuster, the Mark II Hulkbuster. But that thing, man, is just, it doesn't move at all though. It's really stiff. Like you're literally like this and that's it. Like just
right.
turn the lights on. Yeah, but I was on the fence about this one. Now
I would say
not.
no personally, but to each their
Yeah.
own, you know.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna skip it, honestly.
Yeah, I think he's one that you can feel temptation for because he'll get lowered in price. And you're like, oh, maybe I want
Yeah.
this Hawk. But I think he's like almost one that when you start running out of space, he's going to be one of the first ones you offload.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
Hopefully further down the timeline we'll get, another version or something
Yeah.
a little better from the She-Hulk movie coming out. So we'll see. I mean, TV show.
Yeah, there could be something from She-Hulk. Yeah, probably will be actually. So
Yeah,
yeah, man. But I'm excited to see. But Cam, so I want to ask you too. This is something that I always ask a lot of people, but I know the biggest, like most clear answer is price. But I always like to ask people, like, how do you decide where you purchase your collectibles? Of course, price is probably the number one concern. Like, where are you going to get the best deal? But when the prices are relatively similar, like, what other factors do you think you're looking at when you're deciding like where to buy something?
Usually it usually depends on comfortability too. Like if I purchase from this place and I know they're pretty reliable and I know they're going to get my figure here, in a reasonable time frame that I'm expecting it, especially if it's in stock, then yeah, I'm gonna go with them. And then also, of course, like points, of course, matter, discounts as well. And especially when I watch everybody's streams, where people refer or suggest that they got their figure from, that could kind of sway people to be like, hey, maybe I need to check out this site too. Sounds like they got some good things that they're offering. And usually I just go from there. But I usually, every time I get on a stream and I hear something from you guys, it's usually a new website I've never heard of. So I'm like, oh man, they're spitting new information like on a weekly basis and they're not like tied to one place, which is cool.
Yeah, see, and like, I don't always buy a ton from them. Sometimes I do, but like,
Mhm.
Alter Ego Comics is a good place to get things from. Like,
Yeah.
there are other like, a lot of people like Comic Concepts.
Mhm.
Like, there are a lot of good places out there to buy things from. So
Yeah, for sure.
even Off the Racks now, Off the Racks, John, he's fantastic. So, there's just so many good places. But I
Yeah.
think for me, Cam, what I generally look at is one, the price. Two, like you mentioned, rewards. That's so big
Yeah, definitely.
because a lot of these places don't offer rewards or minimal rewards.
Mhm.
So that's one thing that's kind of nice about the places that do offer it, because you can turn those rewards into a new figure if you buy stuff over a year or two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely.
5% back adds up pretty quickly, or
Oh no, it
10% or
does.
whatever,
It
right?
does. Yeah, for sure.
So
I think the one thing I haven't dabbled into is like local comic shops or local hobby collectible shops in the area. I gotta find one that maybe sells figures, because I think
yeah,
there's one in DC and then there's one in like Centralville, Virginia, but I just haven't had time to just like go out there and be like, hey, what y'all got? So there is one place like at a mall of the street that sells like vintage comics, but they're like
mm.
in a stack and you just have to like
Oh,
you got to sift. So I'm like this all afternoon. So for me, I'm like, man, I just got to find some place close that may be able to strike up some deals.
yeah.
So yeah. Do you have anywhere local that you go to, or you usually just do online?
See, not really. Like, there's one
Okay.
place in Annapolis, which is like maybe like an hour and a half for me or something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like called Third Eye Comics, and they get some stuff, but
Okay.
it's not. I don't really go there that frequently. Mostly just online because I live in a
Yeah.
rural area, and it's like
Yeah. It makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah, because I was wondering if there were many out there in that area and stuff, but
yeah,
yeah,
not
Annapolis is an
really.
hour from you. It's an hour from me, so we're like,
The problem is with the comic shops around like where I live, they can't survive because there's not enough business around here.
right,
So
right, right, right.
it's
Yeah.
not, it's not a big enough area. Like if you were in Baltimore or something like that,
Mhm.
or I think you'd be all right. But like around this area, yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Dave
hard.
makes a really good point. I like to buy from retailers a double box. It's a really good point.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
So
I will say the only thing anybody out there who got stuff from Toys Wonderland and it was bad, I'm sorry. But when I got mine, my Ant-Man, it was double boxed. It was like
nice.
super, super secure. And I didn't have to pay for an extra box. So I was like, perfect. Sorry again,
Hey, I
everybody
mean,
out there.
I got a Pennywise from Toys Wonderland and it came great. So,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah. I
so
think
I,
it's
I mean, I
just
don't love them. I don't like buying. I don't really buy. The
yeah,
only I have one more order from them, and it's the Endgame Loki, and then I'm gonna be done. But
okay.
but to each their own. Like if people want to buy there, that's no problem to me. So
Yeah,
it's just a
yeah,
matter of as long as you're making a good decision about what you want to do, what's best for you, then that's fine.
yeah, exactly.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good factors, but reward points, double
Mhm.
boxing is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The price, like customer service. That's why, like, I don't love everything Sideshow does, but I do like buying from them sometimes just because of the customer service you get. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like, they're not perfect, but sometimes, they've done some things that I'm like, okay, I really don't like that ethically. But, at the end of the day, if I can get some good rewards and stuff, then I'll try
Yeah.
to make the best decision for myself too. So
Yeah. I think
but
they definitely make a conscious effort to make sure whatever they messed up on or wherever the fault was, they try to, make up for it for the most part.
yeah,
So whether it's with points or just, shipping you out something new without having to pay for it
yeah.
with the shipping cost, shipping mine back, shipping it forward, they just take care of it. So yeah,
Yeah.
like you said, customer service is definitely a huge thing that I think a lot of people, you know, uh rely their decision on for sure.
Dude, and I've had good experiences from Toys Buying Agent and 1/6 Kit, like
Mhm.
Hong Kong sellers. Like,
Yeah.
I've had really good experiences with both of them. So, they're definitely good options out there if you go the Hong Kong route. It's I think Kit's in Hong Kong. He's either in Hong Kong or China. So,
Okay.
but and Giant Toy, they're pretty good. So, there's good options out there. But
Yeah.
dude, Leo in the house. What's up, Leo?
My guy.
Thanks so much for the super
About those
chat.
troopers. I got two on the way.
Leo
No,
wants
no,
me
I
to
know,
show
I
the
know, I
troopers,
know.
bro. I know. I talked to Cam about this beforehand, Leo, and
Yeah,
I
I
was like, I don't
know.
think he's
I
gonna get
know.
the troopers, man.
I know.
But thanks so much, Leo. Seriously, means a lot, bro. But
Yeah, bro.
I don't know if we're gonna get Cam on the troopers. And I think
Be
did the
tough.
Chrome Trooper go on waitlist? He might have.
I
Um,
think it did, matter of fact.
Death Trooper didn't, but the Chrome Trooper may have. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
look.
I
He's
know a lot
pretty
of people
close. He
trying to
was
get two
blue
of those.
screen. Last I
Okay.
checked.
Yeah. I think it was last week. He was blue screen, matter of fact. So
Right.
by
Yeah,
now he
he's
probably is.
no, he's still available, but he's
Oh,
blue
is he?
screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, there'll be some FOMO out there
Still
for
hope for
people.
me. Still hope for me then.
Yeah. The Death Trooper though, you still got time. But
Okay, yeah.
yeah, Cam, I wanted to ask you too. This is always something that I think people think about too. Purchasing figures from movies we don't like. I think we all do this, but
Yeah.
because one example I was going to show is I have a figure actually from a film I really don't like very much,
Mhm.
and I don't do this often, but I love the character and I love the figure. It's actually this one. So
Okay, yeah.
the Venom is a great figure. I love the character of
Yeah.
Venom, just in principle and the character in the film. I like the second Venom more than the first one. Neither of them are great films, but the second one I thought was pretty solid. I gave it an 8. Like I enjoyed it. It's definitely not great. I wouldn't feel the need to watch it more than maybe once or twice, but it was good. But it has issues, but the first one I just did not like really at all. Like I
Yeah.
like the character, but didn't really like the film that much. But do you do this, Cam? I know people have done it with the sequel figures for Star Wars, which I love the sequels. So besides Last Jedi, I've always said that's okay, but the other two I really love. So do you do this? Do you buy characters or figures of characters from movies you don't like?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't really a huge fan of Captain Marvel, and that was like my fourth figure I ever bought. So I was like, because I mean, we like to collect what we like and what we love, but at the same time, there is a part of us that kind of want to complete something, to have like a little bit of everything to say like, oh yeah, I dabbled in this, I dabbled in that. And if we don't like it, I mean, the worst we could do is what? Sell it off.
Right.
Probably, I mean, lose like $50 at most, selling it off. But it's like you said, it's to each his own, it really just depends. Like even for me, I'm thinking about getting that Gilgamesh as well as the
really?
and the Angelina.
Just don't pre-order because they're gonna.
Oh
drop.
no,
They're gonna drop
no,
big.
no,
time.
no,
Yeah,
no, no.
They're gonna drop.
I'm like I don't think I pre-ordered anything after the Wanda that I got last year from WandaVision. So
oh yeah,
I
that's
mean,
kind
kind
of
of
where
like
I am too. Yeah,
yeah, I kind of like tapped out on pre-orders because I was just like, it's hard to really gauge when they're coming to,
yeah.
because you'll turn around and you're like, oh, 85, 100, 25. You're like, oh my God, I'm up to like $300 a month in pre-orders, at one time. So,
Mhm.
and you accidentally did it on the same day, so it's like, it's kind of crazy. So for me, those were the only two that I kind of considered, that I probably will get just because their head sculpts look so good, man. It wasn't a movie I was a fan of at all. But like I said, parts of us are completionists at the same time. And that's the one thing I wanted to have in there. So I'm scared to actually see if they actually release more figures from Eternals. If we get an Icarus
would be the only other
Thanos.
one I could see.
Yeah, because I would have loved to have a Festos, but I don't think we're gonna see him. So I mean, they might be doing it where they're like, all right, we're gonna hold off because obviously we're probably gonna see Icarus, in a different iteration in different Marvel movies, but we just don't know when, So
yeah. It's funny though, Cam. I'm surprised Gilgamesh was made. That one definitely took me by surprise. I thought for sure Angelina, and I thought for sure Icarus. I thought those would be the two you would get. I thought because Shang-Chi was a great film. Made not a ton of money, but Eternals probably made pretty close money to Shang-Chi, even though Shang-Chi was way better received. Shang-Chi though, you only got 2 figures. You only got Shang-Chi and you got Wen Wu.
Yeah, because honestly,
no Zai Ling. Zai Ling would have been great.
Yeah, why didn't they do a Zai Ling? Because I was like, oh man, she had God, what is it? It's like a throwing dagger string thing. Whatever it's called, right?
Like Scorpion has. It's the
yeah.
I forget what it's called. Yeah, but it was really cool.
Yeah, that, and then she also had the white suit version,
the
that she was wearing.
The Kunai.
Yeah, the Kunai. Okay. Yeah, I thought she was a really cool character too. And then obviously we're going to see her later on, maybe in Shang-Chi 2, if that comes out, because as we know, she took over her father's empire. So I don't know, man. I feel like they missed out on making her too.
I think so too, bro. But so do you ever, Cam, like regret getting characters or figures, from films that you're just not crazy about? Like, does that ever cross your mind?
I mean, I don't think regret is a good word for it. I think I don't appreciate the figure as much as the ones that I really, really do like, or the ones that really, really meant something to me. It's just like, it's in my collection. I don't hate it, but at the same time, it's not like, if there was a fire, I wouldn't be grabbing that one. Probably, I'd just be like,
that's what I mean.
Yeah. It's like, it's here. if it perishes, it just perishes. That's
if it
it. You know,
perishes.
it's not my. It's like it's not my firstborn. I gotta go. So
Right.
like I'm gonna grab some other stuff. You know. So, and that's how I feel about it. The Captain Marvel figure as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And see, that's what happened to me, Cam. But then one point came where I was like, okay, I kind of want to make some space. And that's where I kind of, for me, like the way I collect now, it's like I realized I was like, those are the figures I kind of want to pass on because they're ones that I'm like you said, if there were a fire, they'd be ones that I would be the least likely to grab. So,
Right.
and I want to have like, just for me, like all the ones that I want to grab in a fire, like, damn
Right.
this fire, I'm getting everything and I'm getting out.
Yeah.
Like,
Get a
it's
laundry
I need
basket
everything in
and
here. So
grab a
but
laundry
it's
basket and just start
exactly laundry
scooping
basket,
them out
just
and running
shove
out.
them in there. So yeah, exactly, bro. So, but yeah, like those are the kind of things. But yeah, but you're right. Completing a line, that Captain Marvel figure is really nice.
Yeah.
The Endgame one's good too. I really like that one. So
Yeah, I actually like the short haircut version, honestly, better.
right.
But it kind of reminds me of the Thanos situation that we're in good with them having so many
Right.
and knowing that they're gonna have to sell these off because we're gonna get another version of Captain Marvel as well. So it's like
Yeah.
the value of the first and the second version is gonna be like,
Yeah.
nothing one day. So
What about this, Cam? Sky asked a really good question. What about the other way around? What if the movie's good and the figure sucks? I think that's easier actually. I think it's gonna be like, no, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, that's a way easier decision for me because I don't want to have something in my collection that doesn't represent that character well, because I think that's the reason why we do collect it is because the figures come out so well and we're like, oh man, this honestly looks better than the movie does, like them just standing here still like that Gilgamesh, that thing looks good.
It looks
man.
like a photo.
It looks so good. It looks like him. It's like he
Yeah.
came to visit me for dinner and I got him on my shelf now. So
yeah.
but in the movie it was like it was just weird.
Yeah, he was
weird,
okay. The Shang-Chi figure, I feel that about too. The Shang-Chi figure is really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even the Wenwu too.
The one they updated it really
nice.
nice.
With the updates. I mean, honestly, I thought it looked good before the updates, and then they did the updates and it looked even better. So I don't know, man. They've been on a roll lately. So I'm excited to see what they have coming out further down the line. Yeah.
So Cam, I gotta ask you, man, because you're, one of the Marvel guys. I have Marvel collection. They're all up here. You can behind me see me. I got like 2 shelves worth of Marvel, or 1.5 shelves, basically, right? I love Marvel too. I love Marvel. I love Star Wars. I love both. I collect both. Right now, what we've all noticed, I think, Marvel was really hot before Endgame. When Endgame happened, that was still when Marvel was riding super high. Endgame's a $3 billion film. Marvel was killing it. Everything was selling well. Like Star Wars is kind of doing right now. Right now, Star Wars is trendy, but that's not going to last forever. Right. So everything has its run. Eventually, Marvel's going to retake the crown. So right now, I think would be the time. If you want Marvel, now would be the time I would think to buy. Because everything is so low. Besides the ones like Yondu and Hela or whatever, the ones that are sold out, you're not going to get those for a good price. But but the other ones that are in stock or recently in stock, then you can pick those up. So now I think would be the time to get the figures you want. But Cam, I think a lot of people, and I've done this too, so it could be me. Like I've offloaded a decent amount of Marvel figures, not because I'm like losing interest in Marvel, just because I feel like I'm keeping it slim, right? But there's some figures that I could regret selling. That I could end up, that I sold, like Wasp, for example, that I really liked, but I was like, I don't know if I need her, right? Do you think, because it's very easy to sell Marvel right now. There's a lot of people, I think, thinking about it or doing it just because it's trendy to get Star Wars. Star Wars is hot. Star Wars is trendy. So people are like, oh, I'm getting out of Marvel. I'm selling Marvel. Do you think they're going to regret that when it goes back up?
I mean, I feel like they're going to regret it if you see the exact same character again in another movie, of course we always have the possibility of reissues or that character being made in a different version, but it's like, all right, if the character does really, really well in this movie and then, that figure sells out, then the old figure, people are going to sit there and be like, oh man, it was really cool. I remember Thor Ragnarok when I had that figure and I ended up selling it and now it's going for like $2,000 online, It's going to be like one of those, not a one-off, but like a figure you can't get again, So I think a lot of people are probably going to regret it. I mean, because like you said, Marvel is on a decline right now because Star Wars is hot. But before long, I mean, we're going to get what? Hopefully West Coast Avengers, maybe Secret Wars. Hopefully, I mean, they're already setting it up for Young Avengers. So it's going to come back on the rise again, but it's just patience, man. You just gotta have patience with it. Because if you
And
don't, then
X-Men
it's
and
like,
Fantastic Four.
yeah, oh yeah. Hopefully, Dark Avengers. Hopefully, Midnight Suns would be really cool too. That's just, I'm just guessing on that one, but don't quote me, anybody out there. Like,
Hey,
oh, let me
don't
go
quote Cam.
Google. Like,
Don't clip
don't
that.
Google. They about to Google it. Midnight Suns.
I know,
No,
right?
it's not. It's not.
Holding you to that
I'm
one.
just talking about it. Yeah, and then the Blade films. And was it Kid Haring, right? Yeah. So they didn't make a figure of him because obviously he didn't have the Black Knight suit, but we're gonna see him again in a different iteration of the Avengers once he gets ready to take up the Dark Blade. So I'm excited, man. For me, it's exciting because even though I know that the popularity has gone down, I know there's highs and lows, you know.
Yeah.
So even though it's going down right now, it's like the stock market. It goes down at one point, but you turn around and Bitcoin up, you know. So I'm just waiting, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if it might have been Carlos. I think it was. I was talking to about this because Endgame is like the film for Marvel, right? In terms of like the biggest, it's the pinnacle. I still think Infinity War is the best Marvel film, but it's a pretty good one and it made a lot of money. So I think Carlos was telling me, and this was really interesting, maybe in like 5 years, the Endgame line is going to be like super coveted. Like it's going to be, once it's sold out and the Endgame line is gone, people are going to look back and be like, Endgame was like a crucial Marvel film. It was the Marvel film. It's the end of an era. So he thinks those figures in that line is going to be important. Kind of like Civil War was for a while. Civil War line was like really popular. Like it was like every figure in the line was really, and kind of like Rogue One. Like Rogue One figures have done really well.
Yeah, they've done really
well.
So,
you know, I think it's a little bit different in that Rogue One maybe had less production than Endgame had in terms of like how many figures were made. But, you know, I think the Endgame line could be something special. And, you know, and Riley's even mentioning like No Way Home, that film did 2 billion. So same kind of deal when they start putting out the Toby and the Andrew, and they put out, you know, all these villains that, you know, people have wanted to see. So I think for sure that's going to be something that I think people are interested in seeing. What do you think?
No, I definitely agree. Because like you said, once they start releasing the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire figures, people are going to be back on it and just be like, wow, you know, I need to get this. Jamie Foxx, I need to get Doc Ock, I need to get Goblin, you know, and it's going to turn into a whole, I guess, a tumbleweed effect, you know, because once these figures drop, we're still going to be getting more figures from the movies that are still releasing in the future too. And then I guess we have Wakanda Forever getting ready to come out by the end of the year is what they were saying.
Well, there was a rumored trailer today and never happened.
Yeah, I was looking for it, didn't find it. So yeah, I was excited. I was like, man, I'm gonna go to bed early. I'm gonna wake up. Wakanda Forever gonna be here. Not there. So yeah, I'm excited, man, because it's like there's just so many possibilities onto where these characters could eventually go, and you know what path they can take. So for me, I mean, I collect because I love the stories of the characters too. So, and just like people who collect Star Wars, I'm pretty sure they're really excited to see where the character takes them with the Obi-Wan series, as well as the Mandalorian series coming back out and Ahsoka, and Andor. So I'm pretty sure, like, you know, everybody's really excited to see where it's going to go, but I'm pretty sure they're not selling any gens out there, you know. So Jen is always gonna be in the collection, right?
Yeah. And so dude, you know, man, that I've talked about it. That Loki is the Loki.
That's
the Loki.
Oh no,
so
it is.
That's the one people are gonna want, I think.
Yeah. That's the one you got on pre-order, right? Or
yep, that's my last order with Toys Wonderland.
Are you getting any of the other Lokis, or this was like the Loki for you?
I don't think so. Yeah, I kept the one Loki that I still have, the Dark World Loki, because I really like it. I really like that one.
That's a good one.
And I had the Ragnarok Loki, but I sold it because I felt like that was one I probably didn't need. Although it is really good.
It's a really good suit. I like that version of him. Yeah,
but the Dark World version I really like. I really like that one. The sculpt is like a little bit dated, but it's still good. So that I'm definitely going to get the Avengers one, Endgame one. And dude, it's going to be incredible. But that one I think is going to be the Loki. The TVA Loki does look pretty cool, but I don't think it's the iconic Loki. It's like it's an extra Loki.
Yeah, yeah. I'll probably end up getting the TVA and the Sylvie, but for me,
I think I want Sylvie.
Yeah. I'm kind of torn between classic Loki though too. So I kind of want to get that figure, but I feel like I'm just going to be Loki'd out. You know, I'm gonna have too many. But yeah, definitely the Endgame probably is a definite for me for sure, because it allows you to have the version from the Avengers film as well as the Endgame film. So it kind of gives you, best of both worlds, but an updated version with a better base. So
Yeah.
that's exciting to have, honestly. It's kind of like a reissue if you think about it, but updated,
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. So the
No, it
TVA
is.
Loki I might get. I had it on pre-order at one point, but I canceled it. So
Okay.
I don't know. I just didn't feel like I needed it with the amount of space that I have. But I will say, Cam, this is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
The opinion of others, I think this is something that we all take in consideration to a degree. It's just a matter of how much, because I think we all do, we use our loved ones, wives, whatever, friends, other collectors for their opinions, saying like, hey, like, what do you think of this piece? Is this something you think is worth this amount of money? Do you like it? Do you prefer this? Do you prefer X or Y or Z?
Yeah.
So I think there's always a factor of being influenced by other people's opinions, right?
Mhm.
So
Totally.
Cam, I think the question would be how much we let that happen. How valuable do you think that is? Like, do you ask your wife or anyone else, about their opinion about what you should buy or how good it is or anything like that?
Yeah, because so it's easier for me to be able to say like, hey, I like this figure. What do you think about it? And my wife, if she liked the show, she's like, well, look at the show. And then she'll look at me at the end and be like, you got to get that figure. I'm like,
See?
yeah, I do.
See?
You're right.
That
You're
happened
right.
with me with my
You're
girlfriend
right.
too.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
it did. Mhm.
Yeah. All right, you're on board.
Yeah.
Don't say anything else. Don't tell me no
Say no
tomorrow.
more.
Don't say anything tomorrow. Tomorrow she's like, nah, take it back. I'm like, no. It's already ordered. Too late. So for me, yeah, it kind of weighs a lot. My daughters are kind of like, they know that I collect and that I stream and stuff like that. So they're looking at it and they're like, oh, I like that. I like this one, So I do listen to their opinions like a smidget, not a lot though, because I'm like, your kids don't really know much. You still play with Barbies. It's fine. So
sorry, kids.
sorry, guys. You just get to look at them. And then also what I watch as well kind of dictates in it. And then of course, being in this community with you guys as well, it's very pivotal to listen to what everybody says, but it's also really good to have your own set, mindset when you're like trying to figure out what you really want, because like it's super easy to get lost into what everybody else can buy. You know what I'm saying? And then you forget like, hey, you got all this other stuff you got to pay for too.
Mhm.
And then you're like, uh-oh, I messed up. Like, what? I gotta sell something. What the hell?
Yep.
Like, what? So
Been
you gotta
there.
just make sure you're on your, you're on your own island, and listening to your friends' opinions and stuff like that is really good. Because most of the time they got your best interest because they want you to be able to experience, how great these figures are, and be able to have the exact nostalgia that they have. But other than that, you just gotta stay focused, because if not, I would have like 30 clone troopers up in this house, bro.
Yeah, you would. Especially Chrome ones.
Oh, Chrome 12. I don't know how many accounts or how many emails I gotta open, but I'll figure it out, I guess.
I think what I do, Cam, is that I really I ask people's opinions a lot. Like Mario commented earlier, and I saw Mario. He was like, "You're still deciding on this piece." He was referring to the Night King, because I've asked him a bunch, and other people who have watched Game of Thrones. Should I get this? Should I get the deluxe, the standard, whatever? I'm definitely not pre-ordering it, but I'm thinking about just waiting and getting it upon release. But I do ask other collectors' opinions a lot, and I ask people I trust. Like loved ones, family members, girlfriend, whatever. Like I do, and I ask other collectors, like I mentioned. I'll ask Carlos and Leo and Optical and whoever, Mario, like their opinion on, what they think I should do. So,
Yeah.
but I do consider it. Like I definitely take it to heart for sure, because I wouldn't ask them if I didn't trust them.
Right.
So,
yeah, for sure.
and
Definitely.
but they can't decide for me. Only I know what's best for
Right,
my collection
exactly.
and what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like. Right. So at the end of the day, I feel like it's, and other people too, like sometimes I think we all feel this when a good figure comes out and Carlos, I am actually, I'll ask Riley. I'll include Riley. I forgot Riley, but Riley's in there. I trust Riley. Riley's one of my best friends too. So I always ask him for advice. But like what I was gonna say is, like, when a good figure comes out, Cam, like there's a lot of people are like, this is good. Everyone's got to hop on. You got to get it. So that can sometimes influence you, because you're like, I wasn't thinking about getting it, but everyone's saying how good it is. Maybe I should get it. So that happens a lot too. So that I try to sometimes, I take it in, I take it under consideration, but I try to like be like, okay, I'm going to go with my own route here and just go what I was originally thinking. Because there's FOMO.
Yeah, no, because I'm telling you right now, I was going to order the Death Trooper, bro. That same
Bro, don't do
weekend,
it though if you don't want it.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. No, I was not anymore.
Okay,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
the week of Star Wars Celebration, Spice Runner has sent me a code, and I was like, oh man, that does look good, bro. Maybe I should get it. And I like sat on the whole entire concept for like 2 days, and I just ended up giving the code away to some guy that I was talking to on Instagram, because I was like, he's a Star Wars fan. Me jumping into it is like, nah, I'm not. I just didn't want to dibble and dabble, you know? So I was like, let me just make the decision for myself really easy and just take the code out of my hands, man. So,
right. Yeah, it's true. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, bro. And Deflex1 said a really good comment. Collecting is a hobby, not a necessity. Sometimes you got to appreciate what you have already. Sometimes I forget that and I have to remind myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll do that and I'll look at things like, oh, I want this, I want that. And then I go downstairs and look at my collection that I do have, and I'm like, this is some cool shit that I have. So
yeah.
You know, sometimes
Definitely.
we forget that. We do that with other things in life too. But
oh yeah, for sure.
Cam, dude, awesome job, man.
Thank you,
time
man.
On the show.
I appreciate
you did it.
you having
you
me,
knocked
man.
us out like a true trooper, bro, a chrome trooper. Man. So
I studied him before the show. So I know.
That's what, yeah, that's what I knew it, bro. I knew it, man.
I knew it. I cheated.
But, Cam, bro, thanks so much for joining, man. I really appreciate it. And like, what's coming up on Cam's collection? No Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, I'm sure.
No Yu-Gi-Oh, no sneakers, and no Hot Wheel toy cars for a 4-year-old. I found that kid the other day. I'm like,
oh really?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is this? Some kid like with race cars, and he's 4. I'm like,
everyone's Cam's collection, bro.
Kids stealing my views, killing me. Yeah, man. So I'll be dropping on Sunday top 5 most anticipated Marvel figure releases of 2022. So this will be a feature video, super quick, about 15 minutes. I'm basically just going to talk about figures that I'm excited about seeing for the next year. My dog's going bonkers. And then also later on in the week, I didn't get to finish the editing on this video, so I'm gonna drop the Ronin Hot Toys deluxe pack review on my page though, and then I'll be dropping some more content next week. So super excited, man. Thank you again for having me though.
Yeah, bro. Thanks so much for joining, man. I knew I had to get you on here soon.
Yeah,
so
dude, appreciate it.
You know, yeah, man. You such a great job, man. Your videos, your live stream presence.
Appreciate it.
So
appreciate it.
Yeah, man. You do amazing. So guys, thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you all in the chat for dropping the comments. Riley, love you too, bro. I love you guys. And Ashley Chase, that awesome show, y'all. Thanks, Ash. Appreciate it. Ash is always so nice. But you guys are super nice. This will be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify soon, probably sometime tomorrow, I would think. So, because I got to download it, then edit it and upload it. So it'll be up there. Collectors Mingle, Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. This show will be happening every Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. It's always like a new person every week. I like to rotate, bring people into the hot seat, so to speak, and talk about some one-on-one fun topics. So I knew I had to get Cam on here. And Cam, it was funny. I messaged you and you were like, bro, give me an hour. And like 10 minutes later, you were like, bro, I don't need an hour. I'm in. Oh, you muted yourself, Cam. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was like, oh man, where's my wife? I was like, man, what's they doing today? Because I get off work at like 4, and I was like, and I was like, oh, they going out? Let's go.
There you go.
Let's do this.
Bring back the wings, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, exactly. But guys, thanks so much for joining. We're going to wrap it there. I know Lael's got a show coming up in about 5 minutes, Figure Flex Friday. So check that out. And the Man Hot Collectibles, I think, streams at 8:30. Dante is such an awesome guy. He's streaming then. So check that out as well. And of course, guys, like I said, Collectors Mingle every Sunday. And of course, check out Cam's collection. He's got seriously awesome stuff. Appreciate it, some cool shit coming up from everybody. Guys, all I can say is peace out. Bye.